Friday. So hope everyone's doing good today. And I know it's been several weeks since we've gone live, but just know that we've been really busy, and we had a lot of outside things going on that we were going through. So I didn't really talk about it the last 4 months, but my father had pancreatic cancer, and the last 4 months we've been, trying to take care of him. And unfortunately, last week he passed away. So I just didn't really want to talk about it the last few months. So I know a lot of people knew about it, and I appreciate all the support that you guys have given us, through that, and through supporting our business. So thank you, and just know that we're here, and we're still doing good things. So I'm gonna walk around today and show you a couple of the things that we've been working on here, and a lot of new fish that came in the last couple of weeks. So I'll show you some of those. I'm not going to be very long today, so I'm just going to show you a few things, and I hope that by next week I'll have been caught up enough that I could give you guys a more in-depth tour of our facility. So let me flip this around. So I think on the last Fun Friday, we were just working on the 10-gallon section. So we don't have the lights up. In fact, we just filled these up, I think yesterday. So these are going to be 10-gallon tanks. We are going to have lights on them. This is mainly for the wholesale orders that we process. And, when we have like ones and twos of, other fish, we would be able to keep them over here in a smaller tank and not have to dedicate a 40-gallon tank. We also got this rack. Elijah, I think, filled these up with water just a few days ago also. So this rack is up and running. We don't have lights on this rack yet, but it's nice that we finally got this rack finished. So hopefully, in a week or so, we're going to have some more new fish in. We got a big order coming in. I know clown loaches will be on that order. And then we still got more tanks to build out. So as you can see, there's still a lot of room on the floor space. So you can see, the rows will end up coming all the way out to this far drain right here, because the drains are already in the ground. So this will be another row, and then another row. So we still got lots of expanding to do, but we're just doing it one step at a time. I saw a couple questions come in. Michael wants to see the German blue rams. I could do that. Fidel's asking, would you guys ever sell the tanks you have there? No, we wouldn't. It's been very difficult for us just to get tanks, and then I don't have enough tanks. So right now all the tanks that you see on pallets over there are waiting for racks. So no, we just sell fish. So no tanks. And it was very difficult for me to get tanks for the last year. So I'm gonna go to the German blue ram tank first, because that was the first fish that people asked to see. And here they are. So these are the sellers, and as you can see, males and females are already showing good breeding coloration. You got a pair right here in the corner that looks like they're getting ready to breed. So there's the German blue rams. Actually, I have a blue sword cell in there with them. But rams are one of the most popular fish that we sell. In fact, here's some of the gold rams, and even those guys, you can see the markings on them are Really, really nice. You can see the leaf litter in the back. That's really good for the rams. It helps release tannins in the water. That's one reason the water is a little brown. But that's those. And then we have some black rams right here. Now these aren't black knight, which are solid black. These are very similar to the German rams, but these just have more black in the face and the body. So Bolivian rams, it looks like we've got only 2 of those guys left. Those have really, really been popular. But we did get a lot of Apistos in. So we got some cockatoids right here. What else did we get in on the rams? We got some more cories here. The tanks are a little wet because they wiped everything down. This is some Borley opal. You guys are a little small, but that tank's still wet. We got some Episto SP purple, Ortega. So this is another new Episto type. This is the wild ones too that we brought in from Peru. So really excited to have those guys, finally. We love Epistos, and they've been very, very difficult to get. So we have some bigger cockatoid right here. You can see some of those are already starting to show some good coloration. We got some Borley here. So lots of new Apistos. These are some wild tetras. This is the red phantom tetras. They came from Colombia. Zach's in here cleaning the floors right now, which is really nice because those things are getting really, really dirty. So today's been a cleanup day for us, to where we're just going through and cleaning tanks and cleaning the floor, getting more organized. Next week we're going to have a lot of people over here for my father's celebration. So we wanted to get all this work area cleaned up, and then we're going to start building on these new racks as soon as we get everything cleaned. So 8K Pinoy is saying, I'm planning on buying some more peacocks and habs. Can you show us what's available? Yep, I just flashed by a few of them, but I'll go back through the hab and peacock row and show you some of them. Nice. Shy Savage said he's normally sleeping this time of the day, but he woke up. So, well, thank you for joining us, even when you might need to be sleeping. So let's see. Right here we've got some Tetrastigma males. These guys are really, really shy. Now this is about a 5-inch fish, so if you don't have a peacock and hab tank that has big ones in it, then this might be too big for you. We do have lots of other types that are smaller. So we got the blue morai here. That's always been a really popular hab in a community, male tank or mixed tank. These actually are breeding group right here, so I don't think those guys are for sale. That's some of the Cocochromas. We got some blue fire. These guys are a little bit small. I see a few males that are starting to color up, but the problem with a lot of the peacocks is that we can't keep enough of them in stock. That's been a problem for a long time. We're hoping this year that we're able to increase our breeding on a lot of these fish, but it's just going to be a continuing evolution, because right now I've got a lot of new fish in that we brought in from Germany. So those guys are going to take a while before we get enough breeding that we could start selling them, but on all these, they're just looking really, really nice right now. Everything's been very, very healthy. There's a few nice OB males And this tank, a lot of the males are just starting to color up. Quite a few big females in there. We got the Taiwan reefs right here. We got multiple sizes on those guys. We got anywhere from like a 3 to 4 inch to a 5 to 6 inch. Some of those males are showing really good color, but there's also like, I think probably at least 30 of them in a 40-gallon tank right now, so they're not going to be showing bright coloration because there's just a lot of fish in a 75, actually a 75-gallon, but it's still a pretty crowded tank for, you know, some of these fish to be showing just popping colors. Probably if I removed like, you know, 10 or 15 of them out of the tank, then you'd see full colors on those males. But we are selling so many of them that it's better for us just to keep adding more to the tank. More peacocks and haps. We got some big azurias. That's the dominant male right there. See if I can get him on film. And then there's some subdominants up here that he's got these guys pent up in the corner. SP44s, we've got some big ones of these guys that are looking good. And, you know, I personally have kept the SP44 in my all-male peacock and hat tank, and the SP44s did very well. In fact, I had 2 males in the tank, and all the other fish would leave the SP44 alone, and the SP44s were, you know, constantly sparring with each other, but they were never aggressive enough to actually kill each other. So, and the cool thing about this particular one is they have different colorations that they go through. Like some you'll see dark with almost like a red anal fin, and then others will be bright yellow with the red, like that guy down there. So just a really cool fish. So I know I typically would recommend not mixing fish from different areas, but these both of these come from the Rift Valley, and they do very well together. So this tank's not marked, but there's some nice peacocks in there. It almost looks like some sunshine. Got some Labunas right here. This is the Thumbi West OB. Really cool. It's a full of born-eye species, so they get that curvature to their lip. But that's a really nice fish. We got some otter points here. A couple really nice males. Also the Phoenicilis gizzle. Those guys are always looking nice. This fish goes through an amazing transformation also. Not as much as the Star Sapphire, but this is a close relative to the Star Sapphire. But I really like it even in this stage when they've got all that black on their cheek, you know. So Shy saying that the video quality is not very good. Well, I think probably because I'm on 5G and streaming it, it's probably not going to be the best quality. Like if I wasn't streaming right now, I think it would be much better quality. So sorry about that, guys. We're going to end up having to put a better Wi-Fi system in the warehouse here, so we don't have this issue with the water quality, because it's probably just filming at a very low rate. This is pretty cool. You can see a couple of the living stone eye males here on the bottom, and they got everybody else pinned up towards the top. There's a couple Malawi hawks in there too, bigger ones. So I love the predator haps. The problem though is that the predator haps, they don't color up until they get, you know, 5-6 inches. So some of those could be males, but right now they all look like females, and we could probably vent them at that size and see if they're males or females. But so that's the male livingstone eye. There's another male livingstone eye. It looks like they're, you know, wanting to breed. They're kind of moving everything around the tank. These are really popular too. This is a nice Mabuna type, red streaked manda, and I really like these guys. You see the male right there, all the purple. It's not marked, but it looks like there's a predator happened there also. I don't know which one, but the tank's not marked. But this guy is nice. Then we got some blue dragon bloods. Now, I know a lot of people, always question the blue dragon blood, like, oh, they don't look like somebody else's blue dragon. Well, they're all going to be slightly different. This is a man-made variant. We started breeding them from the regular dragon bloods. So you'll see some, like this guy right here is a stunner. You see all the red on him. And then other ones you'll see more blue on. So I've seen a question pop up. Steve G, thank you, man, for welcoming back. He said, are these tanks used for intentionally breeding purposes? No, these are strictly for selling, Steve. So there is a few fish in here, though, that we've brought in that we are keeping them as breeders in this room because they're doing quite well. So there is a few tanks of fish breeding in this room, and we're pulling fry from them. So, but this room itself is strictly for selling. So, and then if we have fish breeding in here, is just kind of an extra bonus. We got the blue fire. Got a little bit shy. This is all Mabunas over here. We got some more OB Ali. Got a couple blue morai in there. Shy, I think I just showed the tetrastigmas, but I'll walk by there and just because it's just across from me. We got some yellow blaze, a couple males starting to show some good color. But here's the tetrastigma. And like I said, these guys are pretty big. Those males are right around 5 inches. So alright, so I'm gonna answer some of these questions. Marianne Young says, all my fish I've gotten are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love hearing that. We always strive to make sure that the fish that we send out, you guys are happy with what you get. The rainbows, we'll go through the rainbow section. There's quite a few new rainbows, but we're also out of a lot of types. There's some dwarf neons, some small ones with some cory cats underneath them. Price rainbows, which we're always like, wishing that the price rainbows would show more color when they're over here. Lately, the breeding tank in the breeding room, the price rainbows have been on fire. Like you walk in there in the morning and those guys are just looking amazing. So it's one of the rainbow types that doesn't color up unless it's in breeding dress. If it's not in breeding dress, then they look just kind of like a plain silver fish. This is also the blue-eyed picatas. These are really nice. They got nice yellow, great planted tank rainbow. We got the Western Australis rainbow. These guys are always looking nice. Also got the Border Rivers right here. You can see a couple of those males looking really nice. I just saw another question pop up talking about any plans of new Tanganyikans coming in. Yes, we've not only do we have new ones coming in, but we also have been having good success breeding a lot of the new Tanganyikans that we have brought in. So in fact, you're going to see us really expand on Lake Tanganyikan types for breeding because we're having really good success with pretty much all our tanks right now. We did some changes to our water parameters, and ever since we, started adding more of the sea chem buffer to it, they've been doing a lot better. So these tanks just got wiped down, so they're still kind of dirty looking, but this is a new one. This is the Melatinia Goldii. And like I said, they're not in breeding dress yet, but that's another new variety of rainbow fish that we recently brought in. This is the Rawa Bairu. It's another new location rainbow. Might as well show you the firemouth Minki. Shai's asking when we're getting MOBAs. MOBAs are, I have a obsession with MOBAs. But they are very difficult to get, right? Because there's not a lot of people breeding them in captivity at commercial levels, where I could just have a breeder that's we're friends with, that I could just order them from. I had a tank of big MOBAs several years back, and there was a accident when they were doing water changes, and they killed all my MOBAs. So we were very very sad that we lost our MOBAs, but our plan was we were going to breed them. So as far as when I'll be getting more in, I don't have a time frame for that, because I don't have any on a list to order them from. Most of your MOBAs that I see available are coming in from the wild, and they're very pricey. So at some point you're going to see Imperial bringing in their own shipments of wild-caught Tanganyikans, and at that point I will probably start growing up a group of MOBAs. But right now I don't have any MOBAs available, and they're not on my list. Some Heliensis, those guys are breeding really nice. These guys are breeding really nice also, the red fin Caudipunctus. These guys are looking nice. We also have Neolampologus signatus, and these guys are gangbuster breeding for us. So we got lots and lots of fry from all these growing up. So it'll be nice when they're readily available on our website. And a lot of those are available, like the Signatuses. I know the red fins are. We got some Clavicin peacocks in this tank. These guys are looking hot. Here we have the Trets in here, Cichlids, 5-bar cichlid. We also got some the Boise's in there with them. We got some German red peacocks in this tank. Those guys are looking hot. See that one male right there that's just really collared out. We got some bicolor 500s here. Got still a little shy in the tank. We've got some Alanacar rostratum, which is a really cool peacock. I've wanted this one for a long time, because it's one of the few, really the only peacock that I know of that it looks like a predator at. And like you can see that male, he's really showing some great colors. What else we got for Tanganyikans? We got some Daffodil, Neolampologus. We also have some more Du Boises. Here we got some Kaiser 2s on the Turkish. The guys are looking good. We've got some Lulupis. Another Neolampologus. This is the white tip. You can see those guys are looking good. So that's pretty much the tangs that we have available over here. I'm going to jump through and answer some of these questions. Jay Smith says, Mike, love what you're doing and all your employees that reach out on orders and make sure the customer is satisfied. customer for life, and I appreciate that. It is a truly a team effort to do what we do. Um, this is not a very easy thing that we do as far as breeding all these exotic fish, and then the hardest part is actually packaging them up and getting them to you guys to where they're, you know, going to not only survive but live a healthy life in your aquarium. So we have gotten really good at that part of the process. Is there going to be mistakes sometimes? Yes, but we will always make them right. And my hat's off to the team, Drayden, especially when it comes to the customer side of things, because he's always on top of it and making sure that everything goes smoothly, and we all care about our job and are passionate about it. So it's yeah, it's awesome. I really am thankful for everybody that is not only working with us here at Imperial, but also all our customers that are, supporting us by buying our fish. So like I said, we have lots of big projects going on. This is just what's going on in the warehouse. We've got some really amazing things going on in our breeding rooms too. Maybe one day I'll be able to take you guys in there for a fun Friday and show you a lot of the new fish that we're breeding in there. So because a lot of them, one problem I have is showing you guys new fish that we're breeding is, everybody wants them right now. And a lot of these fish are, in the beginning stages of breeding. And when we start breeding a fish, it takes a long time before they ever reach market, because there's just a lot that goes into it to get them to breed and then raise up the babies. And then we want to make sure that we have a, breeders saved back from those. So it takes us usually 2 generations at least to get to the point that we can start selling a new variety that we're breeding. So I'm gonna step out here and show you guys the front area. We've been having really nice weather here in Florida. It has been really dry. We've only had like one good rainstorm in the last probably almost month and a half. So we desperately need rain, but we know that this is Florida and the rainy season is coming. So we're just waiting for the rain. So I'm gonna go through while I'm walking around the back of the building to answer some of these other questions. Ahmad's asking how the greenhouses are doing. They're doing good. Yeah, we've had really good success this past winter with everything in the greenhouse. As you guys might have heard me talk about it before, the greenhouses can be difficult, especially in the winter time, because of the fluctuation and the temperature. So this year we didn't have that problem because of the warehouse. We're able to bring the fish that are going to be sold into the new facility and keep a close watch on them before we sell them. So it's really kept us from having to be in those greenhouses for orders. So pretty much everything that gets packed out is in this building. So it's nice. That's the really huge difference between last year and this year, is that everything that we are selling is in this new building. But as you can see, the greenhouse is over there in the back. The fish are doing very well, and it also gave us a lot more space to bring in new species. And then it also has given us a lot more space in the greenhouses, because a lot of those fish in the greenhouse are now over here ready to be sold. So he says, yeah, I remember those days when you had to net them up to show off the fish. Yes, I do not miss those fun Fridays. Those fun Fridays were very difficult. Not only the difficulty of netting them up to show you guys, but those greenhouses, not so much now, but come summertime, it's going to be like 110 degrees in them, We do have fans that we put in there last summer, so that helps a lot, but I don't have fans on all of them, so it's you know, it's really nice, you know, that I don't have to net these fish up and stress them out and try to show you guys the fish in that manner. So Craig is asking if we have CPOs. Yes, we do. In fact, we have some really nice CPOs in right now. I'll walk over here and just flip the camera on that tank of CPOs right now. And when we built this facility, we wanted to be able to do what I'm doing right now. Just flip on the camera and walk over to, you know, the tank of what you guys want to see. Oh, actually, no, I am sorry. We are sold out of CPOs. That is their home right there, and it is now empty. So I'll have to check with the guys. A friend of mine breeds the CPOs, so next week we should have more back in. But man, that's pretty amazing, because I had just brought in a bunch of CPOs like not even a week ago. So those are really incredibly popular, those and the cherry shrimp. So alright, so I'm going to answer some of your questions. Joseph says the video quality looks better than it has been in a long time. I guess some people are still having problems on their side. He says, I'm in Spring Hill. The fish look beautiful as always. Simplified. Simplified, Joseph. And I'll tell you, I miss my Marine Corps days. That was a good experience in my life. Mariana's asking, I like to have rams, but what other fish could go with them? I think somebody had commented about other peaceful fish that they keep with them. But yeah, pretty much community fish, you know, red and blue neons, cardinals, rummy nose, cory cats, anything that is not aggressive will be fine for the German blue rams. So we do have our Facebook group, Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers, and I'll just say that group has been amazing for us to be able to have people that, you know, maybe have never kept that particular type of fish. You could go on the group and ask questions, and there's lots of people in the Imperial Tropicals group that currently keeps those fish, so you could ask questions, and I guarantee you that you'll get the right answer. If not, somebody will correct them if they give you a wrong answer. So but yeah, that's because there is more to it than just tank mates for the German blue rams. You really need to make sure that your water is not extremely hard. It doesn't have to be extremely soft, but it can't be extremely hard. So if you just have a moderate pH like 7.2, you'll do just fine with the rams. They also like meaty foods like bloodworms, so they'll eat pellet food. We give them pellet food too, but we like to give them some of that other stuff as a treat, you know. So all right, I'm going to answer some other questions. Joe ST says, those clown loaches I got a month ago from you can't be doing better. You know, he's real happy with them, so that's awesome. When you get a group of 20, it's always a party in the tank. Hey, those clown loaches were, not only were they just spectacular health-wise, but the size on them, I was like, man, that was much bigger size than what we had ordered. And like I said, they did really well, and they actually sold out really quick. And we are getting more clown loaches, I hope, in next week, the end of next week. So hopefully the following week we'll have more of those clown loaches available. Jay Smith asking about yellow peacocks. I think I showed some earlier. We have the sunshine and lemon jakes, and there should be some flavescent. And I'm not really the person to be asking about inventory. Drayden is way more on top of that than I am. So if there's any fish that you're wanting, feel free to email us, and he can let you know the status on it. So, all right. Oh, Mikey's asking about the Melacros Toli. I do not know where they're at. In fact, this morning, um, let me ask Elijah. He might remember. Hey, Elijah, that fish earlier, uh, the Melacros Tola, where were those at? You were looking for that fish earlier, remember? All right. We actually had one go out this morning. Oh, they put them over here. All right, yeah, I didn't even look over here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. You see him back there in the back with the splotches. There's also sunshine in there with him. But yeah, he's not really showing much color. It looks like we only have one left, so I don't know if they're available on the website or not. But it doesn't look like we have very many left. So we got some albino red empress in here. These guys are looking nice. Yeah, we got some albino dragon bloods, albino aretha reds, deepwater haps. Those guys are looking nice. And I really like the albino eureka's. They get really, really nice coloration. Right. Answer a few more questions. Oh, I guess I could go ahead and tell you guys also is I've got a friend of mine that is helping us work on some content that it's probably going to be a month away before it's ready, but you're going to see a lot more videos of our fish, not just live. You know, I like taking the easy route because I'm so busy, and I'll just say, all right, you know, come Friday on the live feed, I'm just going to show you guys all the fish. But a friend of mine that I grew up with has been coming out and taking some really good videos of everything. So that's going to be coming down the pipeline. Pelham's Aquatics is asking whether the pistos be sold in pairs or trios. Says thanks, everything looks great. So it really depends on, for the most part, pistos are easy to sex even at a small size. So yes, if you know we can sex them out, you know, confidently, we will be selling them in pairs, possibly trios. If we get like more females than males, then yes, we might do trios, like one male and two females. But it, you know, we just have to make sure that we could easily tell apart the males and the females. So, and like I said, we just got a lot of those Apistos in, so if they're not up on the website this week, they should be going up on the website really soon. So Shai's asking what do I think about Copochromis, Mulatto, Undue Point. I love them. I mean, I love all the Copochromis species. They're you know, sometimes they don't color up you know, year round, like some of them only color up, you know, when they are actually breeding. But I know the Mulattos, they keep their coloration for a lot longer, and they just look stunning. So I like all those Copochromis species. Oh, we got a new one. Zandu, hi all. First live stream with Imperial, waiting for new 20 longs to cycle, and really thinking about picking up a 125 this weekend. Then I'll be ordering more fish. Awesome. Hey, well, since this is your first live stream, if you're on Facebook also, you ought to join our Facebook group. It's just a lot of really good fish keepers in it. That it's just a great community. So thank you for watching though. JMH says he's got 6 Africans on Wednesday. All amazing. Thank you. The white haps with the black eyes. I don't know. I don't know which ones. You have to be more specific. I don't know. The white ones with the black eyes. I'm trying to think. The white haps with black eyes. I mean, the only one that I could think of off the top of my head would be the albino Taiwan reefs, are kind of white with black eyes, but if you want, after the video is done and it's uploaded to YouTube, you can comment in the section below at whatever part of the video that on the fish that you are questioning, and I could go back to that exact moment in the video and tell you which fish it was. Peplin Creek Aquatics, man, gave us a donation. I really appreciate that, man. That's awesome. So he said, thanks for the star sapphires, that came in great. Well, I'm just glad that we finally were able to send some out, because that is one of our most popular fish that we breed, and it's been really tough being out of them for a long period. You see these guys are breeding right here. Female's actually picking up eggs as we speak, and the male is more than happy to fertilize those eggs for her. So that's pretty cool. I remember it took me forever to get these guys first breeding, and now they go non-stop. Yeah, so I'm hoping to have more of the star sapphires in again soon. So in fact, you know, he's not for sale, but I'll show you one of our males up here in the tank. So we've got a big male that's all chipped out, that Elijah brought back, that was in his tank at home. And just to show you why that fish is so popular, he's pretty nice and chipped out. So, but again, that fish is not for sale. So Elijah grew him up in his tank, and we've been housing him for Elijah until he gets his tank set back up. So, well, I appreciate all the support that you guys have given us. I've already ran this video a little bit longer than I had planned, because I still have a lot to do today. So everybody have a good weekend, stay safe. Thank you again for all the support. If you've got any questions about the fish, please feel free to email us. That's the best way to contact us. We do have a telephone, but unfortunately we do not answer it very often unless we're actually physically in the office, just because it's tough to get on the phone and, you know, talk fish for 30 minutes, because we all love talking fish. So we really like emails or Facebook Messenger. That's another option, but emails is by far the best way to communicate with us. So you guys have a good weekend, and thank you again for all the support. And if it all works out, I'll be back again live next Friday. So thank you.